and I presume you mean in memory, Kristen. Sure, Karula the leopard, definitely. This leopard we're looking at right here, because of this evening's experience, Djuma, definitely. Wonky the elephant, he's passed away now, but definitely a big part of my memory. There was a bull elephant called Piliki and a bull elephant called Kimberly in Pilansburg that were very special. Amap C was a big my line that I knew there. Oh, so many really. Guys, I just love this picture. It was shot in the dark. Now again, look at the shutter speed. We were speaking about it earlier. This is 180th there. So it's very, very slow. I was on 800 ISO, and it doesn't show the ISO here, but I remember it from the day. This was quite dark. And he was lying on his back, which is why you can see that white chest. Sorry. Got a wind picking up now as well, and he was just looking at us through the leaves, and I just love these pictures because he was very shy, and we spent some time with him. Djuma, by the way, means shy, the name of this leopard, and this is where we got to know each other. This is where I really, you know, the owl we spotted, HT himself, were looking for a location for this bush tent, and we found this great spot. It was our second choice. We still said we must make one there as well, because it was this beautiful spot right in a little clump of thickets of trees, and we spotted this scops owl just peeking at us, perfectly camouflaged, while we were walking around. He never flew off. We walked to I was probably about 5 meters from him here at this stage, just looking at us. Beautiful little bird. It's about the size of your hand, just to give you an idea of the size. That tree trunk that he's sitting against is about the size or the thickness of a Scott's bicep. A little bit bigger maybe. So it's not that big. Sorry, that sounded really funny. What I meant is, it is not a massive tree trunk that. It is the size of a man's arm, not the size of a man's leg, so to speak, to compare for you the size of that owl. It's one of the smallest owls you can see. In fact, they're not even called owls anymore. They now call them owlets. So Scops owlet. That was HT. While we're looking at the spot, beautiful spot. In fact, maybe he'll go show you at some stage what it looks like there. Ooh, don't have a lot of time left though. Fish eagle taking off. I just like this view. Kudu running. Again, my panning shots. I do like that. Great when you get this movement in the shots. Djuma, bit of movement again. Shot at a 50th. You see there, 50th of a second at f5. Now again, without a beanbag, you wouldn't be able to get that shot. Look at the movement you're getting in the foot. Yes, Alex, another question. Again, movement shot. That's Djuma as well. Hey Donna, great question. The name Jigga, which is the vehicle I'm driving today, and my favorite vehicle ever. It is the nicest vehicle I've ever driven in the bush ever. Just to make that clear. Have I made that clear? It's the best game drive vehicle I've ever driven, ever in the bush. Thanks Graham and you guys for this amazing car. And the Jigga is the name for this vehicle. It's a 90-inch wheelbase Land Rover. I think it's a 98 or 99 model, and for about 2 years they made them with a 2.8 V6 or 6-cylinder engine made by BMW, and it's a brilliant engine. Petrol, lots of power, nice and quiet, and combined with a short wheelbase and the compact nature of this vehicle, it is maybe the best vehicle. Not maybe, I know enough about this to tell you that this is the best vehicle in the world for this area we are in at the moment. And been amazing to just drive around them, and just the driving experience. There you can see that's Zanele, that's the other vehicle that HT is driving most of the time. We do swap the vehicles around a little bit, but mainly he's on Zanele, and mainly I'm on Jigga. Jigga means to zigzag, to be able to twist and turn, and it's actually a name that I gave this vehicle when we started using it, because it was such a mobile vehicle. So the Jigga is an extremely apt name to describe what we're driving. Zanele there with HT giving us a thumbs up, saying it all's good. That was just after the first live birth of the wildebeest. That's the calf. That is VM, the wildebeest. That's the first one they spotted. Brilliant experience. Guys, I hope you're all taking screenshots of this, because I don't mind sharing pictures. And I'd love you to tag people in it as well. Go mad with this, by the way. Tag VM, tag HT, tag Andrew earlier, Ryan. Please help me, because I've had hardly any time to get onto Facebook and share this with friends. So if you guys can all help me and tag as many people as you can out of these images, I would love that. That's VM on the left, HT on the right, zebra running. That was just before the second wildebeest calf was born. I like this picture actually. That's Candace and Mike. And guys, please, big shout out to them. Those of you that are friends with them on Facebook, please tell them hello. I must still send them this picture. It's a beautiful picture of both of them. Candace just looking at the wildebeest both as well. They were actually in bed staying at the lodge. I mean, they live at the lodge. They run Voitella. And they were watching the drive with us over the net. And they saw this wildebeest being born. And Mike and Candace were like, let's jump in the car. So they literally jumped out of bed, jumped in the vehicle, drove out, and came and saw this with us because they saw it via the broadcast. I mean, that's quite a cool story in itself. Candace and Mike. Hey! Yeah, I whistled at them. There's Mike. Mike knows more about the lion population in Sabi Sands, I dare say, maybe than anyone. He knows the cats, especially the lions, extremely well. He knows the park very well as well. He's been a great help for us in getting us maps and getting us mobile in the area. So guys, please, can we go out a little bit? Alex, just a little bit. Tiny bit. Guys, just a big thank you. No, that's perfect. Just a little bit closer again. Just want to give them a thumbs up. Thanks so much. There we go. Mike and Candice, you guys have been a huge help to us. A big thank you from myself, from the whole WildEarth crew, and I'm sure all our friends out there are going to tag you and thank you on Facebook as well and get that out there. So Mike and Candice, thank you very much. You've been a huge help to us. This was Brian the wildebeest just after birth. In fact, that's both of the wildebeest, Brian and VM. Cool. Shoot away with the questions, Alex. Brian, VM. Brian, VM. Beth in Boston is just asking. Beth, I was actually going to answer that, but I was hoping someone would ask. So thank you for asking the question. That's Brian again. This is, guys, minutes after birth. There's Craig again from Cheetah Plains. Great help to us. Just asking about Zanelli. So I'll show you these just now. That's climbing up the mast. Let me just quickly find Zanelli for you. It's always easier to talk about something when you're looking at it. There we go. Zanelli, that's the vehicle. HT's Charge. We named her after the chef. We've got this brilliant chef, and I can talk the rest of the remaining time about her because she's just been the glue for this team. She's kept us all together in the sense that we're all very happy when we go down to eat. We've had fantastic food. WildEarth, thank you very much for amazing food that you've given us. It does make a big difference if you eat well. And Zanelli is the person just making great food, firstly. She really does have a talent, but just a great lady. Very friendly, very happy, big heart, big smile. And she really made everyone just always feel so happy and welcome when we went for dinner. And it's been a big part of this experience. So that's where the name came up. Zanelli, it means enough or, satisfied, which is maybe a great name for a chef. So that's where the name Zanelli comes from. Let's just find that's Craig, wildebeest. Big picture here. And I'll show you something personally. Graham shot this when we were busy fixing the mast. And this is at Aretusa. And I'll tell you about this some stage, but I've got to... where are we now? There we go. That's a poem that's tattooed on my arm that I will tell you about on the next experience, on the next live experience, not this one. When we go maybe back here or somewhere else, I'll tell you that poem. It's in Afrikaans. And it's for my wife and my 2 kids. Nice big roaring lion. This is the